If you are a kid, I want you to open your heart right now and allow hope to flow through it like a refreshing river that washes away all of your uncertainties. Allow yourself to trust that I care for you in a manner that is far deeper than words can express. I am with you in every season of your life. When the seasons bring you difficulties and sadness, I give you my shoulder to rely upon. Nothing escapes my sight. I witness every load and gather every tear. Even in the times when you believe no one can possibly understand, realize that I am there for you. I am serene and joyful. I celebrate your successes. When storms rage around you, your soul may find serenity in me. Close your eyes for just a minute and breathe in deeply. I talk to you softly because I want you to rest in the assurance of my love. I see your heart and I know the tale behind every sigh. I speak to you because I want you to rest in my love. The serenity that I am pouring into you will allow your anxieties to be swept away by the knowledge that I am the one who fashioned you, the one who has led you through every valley, and the one who has put benefits in your life even while you were ignorant of them. Yes, you can look around and see that I am the one who has done all of these things. Difficulties, but I see beyond it. I see what happens when you trust me totally. Walls that seem to be unscalable come tumbling down, shackles that have held you back for years. Burst free doors that look to be permanently closed. Swing wide open. I have power over every possible circumstance, hindrance, every illness, and every obstacle. Let your heart be strong in that promise. I see you as you go through your everyday problems. I see how you worry about money, health, relationships, and the future. I want you to know that all of these burdens are just going to make you stronger. Do not believe that you are required to carry things on your own. You often have the feeling that you need to find a solution to every issue right away, or you are afraid that you are failing. But I, the creator of the world, am ready to bear your burdens. I realize that when you lay them on me, I will have the ability to bear them. Your troubles, your anxieties, and your fears in my hands, you find a freedom that you never thought was possible. Imagine a traveler who is bent over a load that is too heavy for his strength. He walks and walks, exhausted and trembling, convinced that he must continue traveling alone. However, a friend arrives with a piece of news that he must continue traveling alone. Strong wagon that offers to bear the weight so that the traveler may walk upright and unburdened. You are the traveler, and I am the friend who comes to your side. Will you let me to carry your load? You will open your mind to the truth that my blessings come in various forms. Sometimes they manifest themselves as a moment of silence in which your soul is able to feel my proximity. Other times they come as a breakthrough that is so spectacular that everyone who witnesses it is aware that it could only be my hand. And yet other times they take the shape of a still little voice that encourages you to make a decision. Choice that is founded on faith rather than fear. I love to move in your life in ways that are both great and little. I will fill your spirit with hope that is like a light shining in the darkest night. When people wonder how you can remain smiling in the middle of trials, you can answer them by stating that I love you. My calm is a shield that surrounds your heart. I am completely aware of every mistake you have made and every regret that still lingers in your mind. I have seen you stumble and doubt your value. However, my darling child, do not allow your past to define who you are. In my are sculpted into something lovely, a vessel that is capable of overflowing with compassion, hope, and kindness for other people. Imagine a clay pot in the hands of a skilled potter. Even if it cracks or becomes deformed, the potter can remold and polish it until it becomes a masterpiece. This is how I operate in your life. I smooth out the rough edges, fill in the gaps, and polish each surface with care. I do this not to condemn or humiliate you, but to show you your actual value. I do this to show you that my love has no boundaries. Even if you feel unworthy, I view you as someone who loves me regardless of your feelings. Beyond all failure, and chose to name you my darling. I want you to believe in your heart that I repair everything in my perfect time. Look at the example of seeds placed in the soil. Then the farmer sets them in the ground and water them. I want you to believe that I am the one who restores everything and waits day after day, but nothing seems to happen. However, beneath that soil, hidden from view, the seed is transforming and getting ready to burst forth into new life. In the same way, you may feel as though you have been in a dark place, waiting for breakthroughs that seem to never come. I water you with my word and shine the light of my spirit upon you, so that at the set time you will spring up strong and vibrant. I know how you desire for your loved ones to see you joyous, and I know that my hand is working to prepare the soil of your life for something wonderful to bloom. Come, trust that my hand is working. You want people to notice a brightness in your smile and a renewed energy in your steps. And that is a part of my plan. I want your life to reflect my goodness so that when people look at you, they can sense the wondrous things I am doing in your heart. I will bring the right people at the right time to witness your testimony of hope. I will bring you to a place where you can be transformed. Restore connections that seem to be beyond repair. I will remind you that nothing, not even years of estrangement, can stand in the way of what I have chosen to redeem. I will cure you both physically and spiritually. I will infuse your house with warmth and purpose. I want your heart to be filled to the brim with appreciation as you accept my benefits. You will then be able to share your experience with others, which will allow others to learn to believe in my grace as well. I notice the times when you feel alone, sure that everyone has turned away from you or forgotten you in your darkest hour. You might think that no one else is standing by your side, but I want you to know that I am. Even if every door were to close and every friend turn their back, my presence would still be there. Even if your adversaries rose up like a river that was flooding to threaten you, I promise to raise a standard against them. If you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. I have commanded angels to watch over you, even though you may not be able to see them. Their watchful presence stands between you and countless dangers, and they fight spiritual battles on your behalf. In the event that you wade through deep waters, you will not sink because my hand will keep you afloat. I have commanded angels to watch over you. I am the King of the universe, and I claim you as my own. I urge you to open your lips in prayer, even if the words come through tears. Speak to me when you awaken. You do not even understand what is happening. Do not let fear overtake you. I am the King of the universe. When you go about your day and when you lie down at night, I am always listening to you. I never get tired of hearing your voice. Sometimes you worry that your prayers might not be eloquent enough, but what is important to me is the sincerity of your heart when you come to me honestly. My response is one of compassion. Prayer is like a door that connects your heart to mine. Through it, I pour forth blessings. I rejuvenate your spirit. I direct your steps, and I crave for that personal communion with you. Talk to me about your aspirations, your problems, and your questions. Despite the fact that I am already aware of every detail, I take great pleasure in the fact that you are eager to share your ideas with me. I have seen you giving your affection to other people and sometimes sacrificing your time and energy without getting the same degree of care in return. I am aware of how this may hurt you, since you have been deceived at times. Despite the fact that you are misunderstood and undervalued, you must never assume that your generosity has gone unnoticed. I have seen every considerate act, every patient moment, and every time you offered mercy. I will utilize the seeds of goodwill that you sowed and cause them to grow, develop into a harvest of benefits, and though you may not see the fruit right away, nothing is ever wasted when done with a humble heart. Stay loyal in your acts of love, not because you are looking for rewards, but because you are reflecting my character as you continue to sow kindness into your life. I want you to step courageously into each new day without focusing on failures or lost chances from the past. I have the keys to new doors, and I am able to open them at the right time. I want you to see my favor grow in your life, and I will honor you in front of those who have questioned you. Perfect time you have to trust me, even if my timing is different from what you have expected. Take a look at the story of my servant Joseph, who was betrayed by his own brothers, found himself enslaved, and then imprisoned for a crime he had never committed. At first glance, he appeared to be stuck in a hopeless situation, but I was able to save him. I am still working behind the scenes to make it possible for him to ascend to a position of influence and save many lives in your life as well. I am arranging circumstances in ways that you are unable to fully see, and you may feel as though you are trapped in a prison of disappointments, or that your dreams have been taken away from you without just cause, especially when adversity strikes. There will be people who do not understand your walk of faith. They may challenge you, mock you, or accuse you of things. I assure you that nothing can change the destiny that I have for you if you continue to believe and remain close to my heart. I place a shield around you, being unrealistic, but keep in mind that my word is more powerful than any human argument, and that my truth endures even when opinions change. Do not waste your energy worrying about those who do not stand with you. Instead, concentrate on my voice and the promises I have made, have whispered into your spirit. Fix your eyes on my faithfulness, and you will stand firm on solid ground. The waves may be tall, but you will not be swept away. The wind may roar, but you will not be destroyed. I will turn those storms into a storm on solid ground, an opportunity for you to demonstrate the strength that comes from my presence in your life. I want you to forgive those who have hurt you. Forgiveness does not mean that you approve of their actions or pretend that nothing happened. Rather, it means that you choose to release the bitterness that would otherwise poison your soul. When you forgive, you align yourself with my heart. Due to the fact that I am the God of mercy, I want you to be free and unburdened by resentment or anger. Some people may never apologize, and they may never comprehend the extent of the pain they inflicted upon you. Nevertheless, I want you to let go of the grudge not only for the sake of the other person, but also for your own. Holding grudges is like carrying rocks in your pockets wherever you go. If you find it difficult to forgive, release them to me and discover the lightness that comes with having a heart that is unchained. Simply call on me, and I will grant you the grace and courage to release that person from your judgment. As you do so, you will discover that you are entering a new realm of spiritual freedom and joy. Allow me to remind you of how deeply I love you and how my love is not merely an emotion. Love is like a father holding a young child's hand, even if the child is a child. I love you in your weakness, in your uncertainty, in your weary moments, in your delight, in your laughter, and in your confident strides. I love you in all of these things. You will not be abandoned because of your mistakes, and you will not be cast aside because you are taking time to learn. Rather, I will celebrate every step you take. The Father's grip will remain strong and ready to guide him back to safety. This is how I hold you. I will not abandon you because of your mistakes. Toward development, toward faith, toward intimacy with me, if you ever have any doubts about my love, take a look at the price I paid to prove it. I sacrificed myself by giving birth to my son for your sake so that you could experience freedom and have a close relationship with my heart. I see your longing for better days, for a breakthrough that silences your fears and your heart. Whispers, how long must I wait? Lord, I hear that question. I invite you to look at me and trust that I know. This sacrifice was not in vain. It was for you. I see your longing for better days, exactly when to act. Sometimes you are being prepared during the waiting season, much like the people of Israel wandering in the wilderness before entering the promised land. You too may have a wilderness experience. The journey might feel long, but during that time, I shape your character, deepen your reliance on me, and eliminate behaviors that might damage you later. And when the proper time arises, you enter your promise completely equipped. It's not punishment, it's preparation. Just as you wouldn't offer raw deed to a visitor, I won't serve you an unprepared pleasant. I finish my good work properly, ensuring that everything you get will actually benefit and not damage you. I want to fill your thoughts with optimism. If you found yourself worried about tomorrow, remember that I am already there. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I see time differently than you do. What seems impossible to you is effortless for me. What appears delayed to you is perfectly scheduled in my divine plan. You are my child under my care, and I will never release you into chaos without guidance, even when difficulties arise. I promise they will not kill you through them. You will develop learning to trust me more and more. Relax in the assurance that I walk ahead of you, making the crooked path straight. When you feel weak and unsure, come to me with everything inside you. I want you to speak honestly about your doubts, your suffering, your feeling of inadequacy. I am not furious when you have questions. I encourage them. I can manage your honest cry. It is better for you to vent your frustrations to me than to bury them till they become bitterness. Let your tears fall in my presence if need be. Just like a child finds comfort in a parent's arms, you will find safety in mine. My spirit soothes your mind, calms your heart, and tells you that you are cherished. I do not want you to live each day under a cloud of condemnation or shame, The cross stands as a testament to the lengths I have gone to remove the power of sin from your life. Step into this reality, beloved one. Let forgiveness define you, not guilt. In the same way, I invite you to stand boldly against the enemy of your. While the enemy could attempt to whisper lies that you are unlovable, broken, beyond repair, or too wicked to approach me, reject those whispers. Remember that I have redeemed you, designated you as my own, and set a spiritual armor upon you. I have gave you authority in my name to reject darkness, to throw out those seeds of negativity, and to announce that you are free indeed. Be as brave as David when he confronted Goliath. Despite David appeared little in contrast to the giant, he knew my power was greater. You could meet challenges that look big, but I tell you, they are no match for my power. The adversary trembles when you stand in faith because you remind him of my triumph. Keep shouting my truth over your life, your home, your family, and your future. I delight in seeing your faith increase every time you choose to accept my word despite your anxieties. You build that faith like a muscle that grows strength through workout. Your faith gets more durable the more you use it. Do not be disheartened if at times you feel it falter. Even the tiniest spark of faith can move mountains because I am the one who makes it possible. Think of how a little seed can fracture concrete over time. Your faith, however small it seems, is powerful in my hands. Feed it with my words, guard it against negative influences, and watch it develop into an unwavering confidence that I will never fail you. I have set you apart for a purpose. You were not created by accident, nor are you merely a product of random events. I have a unique calling for your life, something that only you can fulfill in your own way. I have placed a combination of gifts and passions in your heart. Some of those gifts you may already recognize, while others are waiting to be discovered as you venture further along the path of faith. I will guide you into situations and relationships that bring these gifts to light. Do not hide what I have given you. If you can sing, sing happily. If you can teach, teach with clarity and compassion. If you can encourage, say encouraging words every time you have. If you can demonstrate mercy, then do so liberally. There is a place in my kingdom for every gift, and I want you to use yours to bless others and honor me. I want you to approach me in worship and adoration, not as a distant ruler, but as a loving Father who invites you to come close and offer me your praises in the peace and quiet of your room, in the midst of the hustle and bustle of your day. In the company of those who love me, worship is not limited to a structure or a ritual. Rather, it is the manifestation of your heart's thanks and respect. When you raise your voice or just bend your head in love, you welcome my love to come into your life. Presence more deeply into your life. In that place of worship, wounds begin to heal, concerns begin to disappear, and your mind becomes clear. I communicate to your spirit in those moments, sharing truths that lead and encourage you. I see you at times. I see you in those moments. My child, if you are having difficulty comparing yourself to others, please do not fall into that trap. I have created you special and unique, and you do not need to be like anybody else in order for me to take pleasure in you. Comparison is a source of both joy and SWS depression. You may witness someone else accomplishing certain milestones and wonder why you have not been able to achieve the same. Happened for you yet? But keep in mind that your journey is unique. I have a specific time and season for everything that exists under heaven. Instead of being envious of other people, learn from them, rejoice with them, and keep your eyes on a specific path that I have carved out for you. Embrace the individuality that I have given you. I speak. I have communicated with you in a variety of ways, including through my written word, through the whisper of my spirit, through circumstances, and sometimes even through the wise words of other people. I ask that you continue to be open and attentive. A shepherd calls out to his flock, and sheep that recognize his voice immediately follow him. To identify my voice amongst the din of the world, my words will always align with love, truth, and grace. They will bring life and not death, peace and not despair. By being near to me, you grow more and more sensitive to the gentle guiding of my spirit. I will always be there for you. Understand how the pressures of life might cause you to doubt your own value or my loyalty. Perhaps your finances are tight, your body is feeling weak, or your relationships are under pressure. Know that I am the God who provides, just as I cared for Elijah with regard to his needs. Ravens giving him food or multiplying bread and fish for the hungry throng, I am able to fulfill your wants in inventive and unexpected ways. You are not ignored. I perceive every requirement, and I can open doors you never even knew existed. Faith in my timing and direction. I am able to satisfy your needs in innovative and surprising ways. For your sake, I call you to be courageous, because there will be moments when you will need to be brave. Do not measure my love for you based on the circumstances that you are now experiencing. Rather, measure it based on the cross and the empty tomb, where I demonstrated that my love is willing to go to any extent. Remember that bravery does not imply that you do not experience fear. Rather, it means that you go ahead while feeling fearful. Your faith is in me, not in your own capacity to control events. I command you to remain steadfast in my commitment to my word, even if it goes against common opinion or the route of least resistance. My servant Daniel, who confronted a den of lions rather than deny me his trust, was rewarded, and I shut the jaws of those lions in your life. You may experience metaphorical lions, dangers, problems, critiques, and obstacles, but you should believe that I can quiet them. I am working in the hearts of the people around you, even if you are unable to see it right now. There may be family members or friends who seem to be distant from you. It is your responsibility to stay steady in your commitment to me, to stand on the truth, and to maintain love at the forefront of your heart. You should not give up praying for those who have faith that is caught in destructive patterns or who are indifferent to spiritual matters. My spirit has the ability to touch hearts at any moment. I have the ability to bring conviction, peace, and transformation in ways that are beyond your comprehension. Continue planting the seeds of kindness and continue reflecting my character in everything you do. I want you to think about your life narrative, how far you have come, the battles you have fought, and the lessons you have learned. I want you to reflect on your acts and continue to pray for them. It may take some time, but your prayers do not disappear into thin air. They rise up before me, and I appreciate each one. You will discover the footprints of my presence throughout your path. You will see that at moments when you felt alone, I was quietly at work. When you felt the most vulnerable, I protected you from more severe injury. When you believed there was no hope left, I breathed new possibilities into your life. Circumstance. This is not a coincidence or a chance. It is my hand arranging events for your benefit. Each chapter of your life has built upon the previous one, weaving together a tale of redemption, development, and fresh hope. I am the author of your faith, and I take great pleasure in crafting unexpected plot twists of grace and forgiveness. I have placed that dream inside you for a purpose. Not every huge idea is from me, but if you detect that deep, persistent thought, I want to talk to the dream that you hold in your heart, the one that you have not told many others about, the one that sometimes seems too big or too hazardous. I want to speak to that dream. You should not be frightened to follow your purpose because it is in alignment with my will and it benefits other people. Yes, there may be difficulties along the way, but I will equip you if this is really the route that I have chosen for you. Step ahead in trust, and I will lead you step by step, opening doors and providing for you. I want you to remember that I have not given you a spirit of fear, but rather of strength, love, and a sound mind. I also want you to remember that despite the fact that you sometimes pack your calendar to the brim, racing from one assignment to the next, feeling overwhelmed and burned out, I have provided you with resources, trust, and a sound mind, intended you to need periods of rest, even though I, the Almighty, slept on the seventh day after creation. Rest is an act of confidence, a proclamation that you think I can manage your troubles while you take a break to recharge, whether you rest with your body or with your mind. I want you to learn the rhythm of grace by taking a vacation from your job or by resting spiritually by spending peaceful time in my presence. I want you to learn the rhythm of grace by working vigorously when it is necessary and then stepping back to be refreshed in my arms. As you rest, you will discover clarity. I ask you to view yourself through my eyes for the road that lies ahead of you and for the renewed energy that you will need for it. Instead of concentrating on what you do not have or on the critiques of others, you should concentrate on my voice that names you beloved, chosen, and valuable. The adversary is attempting to distort your vision by making you believe that you are not. A person who is either useless or too defective to be utilized by me. Yet nothing could be farther from the truth. I produce beauty from ashes. I create fresh beginnings where everyone else sees only ends. I accept your identity as my kid, as someone who bears a light that can illuminate the darkest places. The more you embrace this identity, the more confidently you will be able to walk in the destiny that I have reserved for you. Allow me to speak to your relationships. Love others as I have loved you, even when they try your patience. Provide compassion and understanding for you, since you do not know the struggles that each person goes through. I desire your love. I want my house to be a safe haven, a place where my peace reigns, where words are used to build up rather than tear down, where your talks are full of grace, where you exercise patience and empathy with people you love dear, and where you seek resolution without resorting to violence, letting anger fester, being fast to forgive, and being quick to listen. Ask me for wisdom when you are dealing with misunderstandings, and I will give it to you without hesitation. I want families to be united in love, friendships that sharpen each other in faith, and communities that provide support and encouragement. Become beacons of hope if you encounter storms in your relationships, if old wounds or betrayal have erected barriers between you and others. Believe that I can restore what is broken It may entail a road of vulnerability, honesty, and repentance, but my grace is sufficient. Do not give in to despair. You are not destined for a permanent division or heartbreak. I have the ability to transform the most terrible situations into testimony of reconciliation. My heart longs for families to heal and for friendships to be repaired. Even if it may take some time, I will lead you through each step if you trust on me. I speak to you about generosity. A heart that trusts me understands that there is no need to cling to resources out of fear. Give to those who are in need, bless those who are suffering, and do what you can to help those who are in need. Seek guidance from those who walk with me and pray for direction. Watch as I create hope out of the ashes of pain. Amen. So happily, I am the one who provides for you, so do not be scared of need when you act in compassion. I guarantee you cannot outgive me. The more you release in trust, the more I will ensure that you are provided. Generosity is a mirror of my own character. Because I have always given, you will discover that your heart is growing, your perspective is broadening, and the fruit of joy is increasing in your life as you practice generosity. I see the fruit of joy multiplying in your life, abundant life, love with forgiveness, and an everlasting inheritance. The thoughts that weigh heavy on you in the silence of the night cause you to doubt your purpose, your path, and your capacity to overcome the challenges that you have faced in the past. Allow me to remind you that the minute you came into existence, I already had a plan for your life, and I wove it into your being. I assure you that my plan is still in place, and that no matter how many detours or delays you have encountered, I will still be able to bring you to the place that I have prepared for you. The potential to rise above challenges, to grow in faith, and to make a difference in this world. It is easy to get lost in day-to-day routines and to lose sight of your destiny. With the help of my word and spirit, I want you to understand that my blessings often come in stages. During one season, you could have little breakthroughs, and you might question whether or not you are moving in the right way. Then another season comes along, and you experience even more significant miracles. It is like ascending a mountain. Each step brings you higher, but the panorama changes gradually. Trust the process. Enjoy even the minor wins along the road, and thank me for each and every indication that you receive. Open doors and a greater awareness of my presence. Thanksgiving keeps your heart open, creating room for even bigger benefits. I am speaking to that part of you that feels misunderstood. Sometimes it seems like no one truly sees what is going on inside your heart. You may suppress your feelings of gratitude because you are growing with each prayer that is answered. I believe that no one can understand the problems that you are going through, but I see it all. I see the tears that are hiding behind your smile, the fears that are hiding behind your bold front. I not only see everything, but I realize that I created you with your own distinct feelings and viewpoint. I appreciate the opportunity to embrace you in order to reassure you and to demonstrate that in my eyes, you are completely known and totally loved. If other people are unable to comprehend the extent of your suffering or your dreams, do not be disheartened and continue to bring your heart to me. I know you better than you know yourself. When you are unclear of what option to make, I will guide you down the road of knowledge. I will not keep my advice from you. and I do not want you to walk about aimlessly. Sometimes I will give you an answer that is practically immediate and tangible, and other times I will let you make your own choice. You are not alone. I am the lamp to your feet, the light to your path. When you welcome my knowledge into your decision-making, you will discover a peace that exceeds rational reasoning. Ahead, step by step, increasing in discernment as you learn to trust me in the daily walk. Either way, you are not alone. Explanation. You could even find that my advice leads you to unforeseen chances that go beyond your own plans. I want to warn you to keep a close eye on your thoughts. Negative ideas have the potential to become strongholds if you linger on them day after day. They grow the seeds of doubt in your mind. Your mind should be filled with my promises, tales of faith, and everlasting truths rather than bitterness, fear, and insecurity. The world may bombard you with messages of pessimism or cynicism, but I encourage you to protect your heart and mind and focus on my eternal truths. I will be your source of nutrition, and you will blossom if you stay rooted. I will speak these things to you so that you might stand solid like a tree that has been planted by streams of water, whose leaves do not wither, and who thrives in every season, even if the area around you seems to be dry. Within me, I also provide you with the reminder that miracles continue to take place. They did not stop occurring in ancient times. I am the same as I was yesterday, today, and forever. I continue to cure the sick. I continue to restore sight to the blind. I continue to mend broken hearts. And I continue to calm rising storms. When you call upon me in confidence, you should anticipate that I will act. The time and method of my intervention may not be the same as what you anticipate, but you should never question my strength or my readiness to demonstrate compassion. My child, do not allow the disappointment of a delayed response to diminish your trust in my ability to perform. Perform. Trust that I am working beyond what you can see, creating the ideal time to display my glory, and I stand as your defender. The adversary may attempt to instill terror into your heart via a variety of situations, but you must remember that I have promised you that I will never let you down. Weapon produced against you will succeed. Hold to that assurance, even if hurtful words are said against you, even if the doctors deliver a gloomy prognosis, even if financial difficulties loom. Say with confidence that I am your refuge. I will shield you from what wants to harm you. Remember the words of my son. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world, and victory is your inheritance. If you experience heartache or loss, I will heal you. If you are mistreated, I will vindicate you. Never give up in despair. I will vindicate you. I would like to speak now to the season that you are entering. It is a season of forward movement, of seeing my hand more clearly, of recognizing the doors that swing open in front of you. You may feel the stirring in your spirit that a change is coming, and you should embrace it. You should not be afraid to step out of your comfort zone too often. I have already prepared every resource you need, including friends who will assist you, situations that will challenge and strengthen you, and a new anointing to achieve the tasks I set before you. Enter into this season with me. The uncertainty holds you in a state of stagnation. Believe that I have already provided every resource. I encourage you to keep your heart delicate because this world may be harsh. You may be tempted to put walls around your emotions so that you never get wounded again. but walls also protect you from becoming injured. Joy and expectation, knowing that I, the Lord of all, go before you. Enable me to protect you while yet keeping your heart open. Pray for discernment so that you know whom to trust, but do not become so guarded that you lose the opportunity to share your talents and compassion with others. I will shield you from feeling love and genuine connection. I made your heart to be vulnerable in healthy ways so that you may give and receive love. Vulnerability can lead to suffering if it is mismanaged by other people, but when it is guided by my Spirit, it also leads to the most honest and deep connections. I would want to talk to you about the humility that you are supposed to have. Great things, but always keep in mind that advancement in my kingdom is earned by a mindset that is humble and teachable. Do not seek authority or notoriety for its own reason. Instead, aim to serve rather than to be served. Take a look at the example of my Son, who humbled himself even to the point of death on a cross for the sake of many. Genuine greatness, in my sight, is measured by how well you love and serve others. If I choose to elevate you in position or power, you must remember that it is for my glory and not for your personal use, and whatever platform I give you to shine light on is for my glory, on my kindness to bring others up and to reflect my humility. I know the nights you spend awake wondering whether your dreams are too vast, your difficulties are too complicated, or your errors are too irreparable. I want to reassure you once again that I am the God who separated the waters. I have the ability to revive the dead on both a physical and a spiritual level. I have the ability to resuscitate dead dreams, failing health, shattered connections, and broken relationships. I am the Red Sea, who drew water from a rock in the desert, who caused walls to collapse with the sound of praise. Your predicament is not beyond my capability. Tired soul, as you trust me, you will see that there is no detail that is too small or too large for my concern. I want you to spread kindness wherever you go, and I want your words to be seasoned with grace. I want you to be attentive to opportunities where you can show my love in a practical way. I want you to give a comforting hug to me, one person who is mourning, a meal for a neighbor who is in need, a passionate prayer for a friend who is going through a difficult time. These acts of kindness may seem to be little, yet they carry a tremendous deal of weight in my kingdom. The seeds of compassion develop into a harvest of transformed lives that you may never see again. Completely understand how a single act of kindness can have a ripple effect on the life of another person, leaving them with hope that they will reconsider their decisions or that they will approach me for the first time. I also want to remind you that your testimony is important, and you should not be afraid to share how I have moved in your life. There are people who need to hear your story, who need to see that I am real and active today, and who need to hear about the times I brought you out of darkness, the moments I answered a prayer when you felt completely lost. By doing so, you shine a light for others who are struggling in the same shadows that you once knew. Your testimony, regardless of how simple or how complicated it may be, makes a difference. It is powerful because it leads back to me. It is live evidence that I alter hearts and restore hope. I understand that at times your journey with me seems like a perpetual up and down. One day your faith is strong, the next day you struggle with doubt. Think of Peter, who walked on water at my command, but then fell when he took his eyes off of me. What matters is that you keep coming to me. The moment you stand firmly, the next, you are rattled by fear. Understand that development is seldom a straight line upward. What matters is that you keep returning to me. Even as he was sinking, he called out to me, and I reached down to save him. When you realize that you are falling, do not be afraid to call my name. I will come to your rescue, and I will put your feet back on solid ground. Allow me to reassure you about the future. I have it in my hands, so you do not need to be anxious about the future. Yes, the world is in your hands, full of upheaval, but my kingdom is unshakable. Yes, circumstances may change in an instant, but my nature is unchanging. You can take comfort in the knowledge that my sovereignty encompasses every chapter of history, and it certainly encompasses the chronology of your life. There are times when you may need to rest in the knowledge that my sovereignty covers everything. If you ever find yourself feeling disturbed by the turmoil of the world, then remember that I am the same God who calmed the storm with a single order. If you keep your heart aligned with me, then you will be able to traverse this world with a peace that is beyond comprehension. Whether you believe that I have exhausted my patience with you, you should know that I am patient beyond human understanding. I witness your endeavors, your failures, and the moments when you question whether you are able to continue. My grace is adequate, and my strength is made complete. In times of weakness, I will carry you when you are unable to walk. I will lead you when you are unable to see, and I will speak for you when you have no words left. Do not underestimate the intensity of my commitment to you. Yes, I encourage you to live a virtuous life, but I am aware of the frailty of the human heart. The reason I have given you my Spirit is to strengthen you from the inside out. This is not about self-improvement alone, rather, it is about transformation by my presence. I want to highlight that you do not go alone. I put you in a community of believers, even if it takes some time to locate them. Fellowship is the key to success, crucial due to the fact that you may help each other by lifting each other up, bearing each other's problems, and celebrating each other's breakthroughs. Let love be real, supporting those who are weak, rejoicing with those who rejoice, and weeping with those who grieve when 2 or 3 people gather in my presence. You discover protection, knowledge, and encouragement for the journey ahead as I pour forth my Spirit, I stir up. Name, I am there in their midst. Do not separate yourself from the family of faith. Seek unity and practice the love that represents my nature. In this unity, you find love that reflects my nature. There are talents inside you. Some of you have the gift of prophecy. Some have the gift of healing. Others have the gift of hospitality administration. And others have the gift of teaching. If you accept what I have placed in your life, let my energy to flow through you. You are like a conduit for my power and love, and the more open and surrendered you are to my leading, the more profoundly you will witness me working through you. If you keep your heart pure and motivated by love, I will entrust you with even greater blessings. The more you are open and surrendered to my leading, the more profoundly you will witness me working through you. If you are struggling with your own ideas and wondering whether it is possible to ever be completely free from certain habits or bad patterns, I want to remind you that liberation is achievable. My Spirit destroys every bond. The triumph may come through prayer, through counseling, through a greater knowledge of my word, or through other means. Accountability partners, but as you continue to seek my face, I will guide you to the path that breaks every yoke. I long to see you walk in complete liberty, unencumbered by shame or addiction. When you feel tempted, call upon my name. When you slip, do not hide. I want to see you walk in complete liberty. It brings me great delight when you praise me with a real heart. You may praise me with a simple prayer of thankfulness, via a passionate long, or by silent thought on my virtues. If you are feeling guilty, rush to me, because I am the God who forgives and raises you back up to your feet. When you praise me, especially in times of sadness, you say that my goodness is stronger than your agony. You announce that my goodness is more than your anguish. Praise brings your viewpoint into alignment with the truth of who I am. It drowns out the noise of the world and enhances my presence. My strength is bigger than your weakness. You proclaim that I am worthy of respect regardless of your circumstances. This posture of praise ushers in my power, and I move to bless and elevate you. I want you to be conscious that you are an example to others. Your life speaks of my grace. Let your actions echo the love you pretend to have found in me. Forgive the person who has injured you. Stand up for the helpless. Tell the truth with compassion, and stay loyal, even when it would be simpler to walk away. Even when you are unaware that others are looking, show them that you are living out what you proclaim. Away from these displays of integrity are a strong witness that draws others to me, and if you fail, be humble enough to acknowledge it. For humility itself is a testimony to my transformative work in you at times when you feel like you are lost. Always bear in mind that I am your shepherd. I leave the 99 sheep to go and get the one that has gone off. There is no valley that is so deep, no night that is so black, and no error that is so big that it can prevent me from finding you. Sometimes you may feel as if you have wandered too far, but my love has no boundaries. Boundaries call my name even with the slightest whisper, and I will find you. I will set you on my shoulders with care and take you back to safety. I am writing my name on your heart, reminding you that you belong to me throughout your whole life. Everything I do in your life is for you. I prune the branches of your life so that you may yield more fruit. Pruning can be painful, but it rids you of what keeps you back at times. I enable you to confront trials to ensure that you are good, even if it does not always seem to be the case in the moment. That develop your faith and deepen your compassion. I look beyond a current moment, creating character that will endure the test of time, so do not lose hope if you find yourself in a season of pruning. New growth is on the horizon, and the harvest will be. Your life is a part of a grand tapestry that I have woven by my hand. The threads of your experiences, talents, relationships, and trials interlace with the threads of countless others, and together you form a pattern that is abundant. I have placed you in a larger story, a kingdom narrative that spans generations from one generation to the next, exposes my glory to the world. Even if you are unable to see the whole picture at this moment, have faith that your contribution is significant. Every act of faith, every prayer, and every loving gesture is like a dazzling thread that adds beauty and depth to the grand I call you. To stand on my promises, they are not empty words, but real truths that have supported my people for ages. I promise to be with you constantly, to give you peace. Design one day, you will see the entire masterpiece and delight at how intricately I have crafted everything for good. I call you to stand on my promises. I will fight for you. I will fill you with my spirit. I will bless you and make you a blessing to others. I will listen to you when you pray, and I will lead you with knowledge. These promises are your heritage, and when you have doubts, you should express them out loud and let them go. They are anchors in the storm lights, in the storm lamps that reside in your mind and heart. As you continue to stand on these promises, you will face darkness, hope, and despair. I encourage you to maintain a state of thankfulness and appreciation. You become unmovable, sturdy, and powerful. Is a key that provides access to a multitude of doors. By expressing gratitude, you move your emphasis from you recall my previous constancy and gain and compare what you do not have to what you do have. You gain self-assurance for the future. You discover that blessings may be found in the most unexpected places. Your spirit uplifts, and while you are going through trials, you are becoming closer to the God who is the source of all good things. Reasons to be glad, because I am contributing to the betterment of the world. Do not undervalue my efforts. The transformative power of a grateful heart, which alters not only your attitude, but also your relationships and your prayer life. In life, I want to advise you to be patient with yourself, since spiritual development takes time. There is a process involved in maturation, healing, and restoration. None of these things happen instantly. Because I do not expect perfection immediately, I am patient with you during the whole process. What I do want is a heart that is willing, one that strives, one that learns from errors, and one that is eager to learn. Continues to seek my advice and direction. Show yourself the same patience that I show you, and allow me to guide you. Please allow grace to permeate every nook and cranny of your being so that you are no longer burdened by debilitating demands or unreasonable expectations. In the process of self-criticism, you are gradually evolving into the person I had envisioned you to be. I am pouring forth a new anointing over you, an anointing that causes your yokes to crack and leads you further into my presence. Have trust in it, and allow it to give you the ability to carry out the tasks that I have planned for you. Through this anointing, you will experience healing in both your mind and body. It will also rebuild relationships. It will open your heart. You will have the confidence to go forward if you have spiritual sight, to see visions of what I have prepared. Encourage those who are hopeless by speaking words of hope to them. Embrace it and take good care of it. It is my present to you to prepare you for the wonderful things that are to come. So don't take it too seriously. There are dreams that have been dormant for a long time. They have accumulated dust, and you wonder whether they will ever be able to come true. In the event that they are in accordance with my aim, let my Spirit pour life into them once again. They are not going to be extinguished by any length of time, so start praying once again for those dreams. I would want to express my gratitude for the anticipation of the fulfillment that is yet to come. To take advantage of opportunities, you must be ready to go beyond the familiar and into the unfamiliar. I will lead you, and my presence will accompany you. I will replace some of my dreams with better ones if they are not a part of my will, and I will do this with you. Ones put their faith in my knowledge, knowing that I can see well beyond your present situation. Horizon, I would want to remind you that I am not disconnected or not distant. I hear every prayer and I witness every petition. You are able to call upon me at any time, and I will help you fight and delight in every victory. There is no such thing as sleep or rest. You are the apple of my eye, and I take immense pleasure in you. Taking pleasure in you, I will reprimand you, since it is out of love that I am molding you into the masterpiece I envision, is that when I console you, it is with the compassion of a father who longs to keep his child near to him. You should never have any doubts about the extent of my commitment to you. I like surprising you with my kindness. Do not confine me to the human category. Constraints I am able to anticipate the unexpected and take pleasure in my movements that defy expectations. I am able to utilize even the tiniest instance of obedience to bring about a miracle. I am able to use human life, make the most basic of offerings into a feast that feeds thousands of people. And remember to maintain your heart. Awaken to these shocks, and other times it can be a phrase from a complete stranger that reaffirms what you already know. Other times it may be a sudden release from something that has been holding you prisoner, or it may be an opportunity to pray about something that happened last night. Your soul will be filled with excitement when you see the open door that you couldn't have imagined existed. The fact that I am actively engaged in your life is shown by the gifts that I have bestowed upon you. I would want to remind you that your journey of faith has an impact on generations, including your children, grandkids, and great-grandchildren. Residents, friends, and acquaintances see how you respond to challenges and how you rejoice. In the way that you talk about me, you have the potential to be the catalyst that causes others to put there is a noble calling in trusting me as well. Therefore, you must remain steadfast in the knowledge that your faith is not something that is reserved alone for you. Rather, it is a legacy that you leave behind long after you have entered eternal. In my presence, the seeds of your faith continue to develop in the hearts of others. Allow that to motivate you. There are occasions when you can question whether or not it is self-centered to maintain your optimism and steadfastness. Please pray for yourself and know that I take great pleasure in you giving me your own requirements. It is important to pray for other people, but you should not forget to ask for my help in your own life. Your dependency on me teaches you humility, and you come to see that you are dependent on my grace. Indeed, my beloved child, I want you to continue praying, since every victory is a result of my favor, not simply your own efforts. Because of your physical health, your aspirations, your financial situation, and your mental well-being, I recall the tale of the prodigal son when he came home full of guilt. I care about every aspect of you. I care about connections. Together with humiliation, his father hurried to meet him, dressed him in the most luxurious robe, and threw a celebration in his honor, which is what I feel for each and every individual that takes the time to return to me, regardless of how far they have wandered. If you ever feel that you have lost touch with me, if you have strayed from the road, you should not allow pride or shame prevent you from walking back home. We'll welcome you with open arms and be prepared to celebrate your homecoming. I will dress you on your return. You will be dressed in robes of salvation, and I will put a ring on your finger to symbolize your position inside my house. After I have finished speaking these words of love and affection, our friendship will be restored and joy will flow. Assurance, I want you to let them to penetrate your soul to the fullest extent and accept them as one. Truth, allow them to fight against the uncertainties that have attempted to take hold in your mind. Allow them to provide healing to old wounds that you never imagined would fully heal, and allow them to awaken fresh drive to, my words are alive. They serve as seeds. I encourage you to follow the purpose that I have placed before you. That, if you tend to them with trust and care, will flourish and produce fruit in your life. I am the God who sees you in your inner troubles, and I see the tears that you shed with obedience. Despite the fact that I am aware of the uncertainty you're experiencing, I tell you that you are hiding from the world. A hand of comfort is resting on your shoulder, and my power is supporting you. You are not being alone. The spirit of my spirit resides inside you, and together we shall travel this journey, and you will triumph. You are going to be revitalized, and you are going to be a demonstration of my unwavering commitment. Be compassionate, stand with confidence, and know that you are a child of the All-Powerful because you are protected. Because of God's favor and because of the divine purpose, even the mountains have to bend down to me. Command, how much farther will I go to save and bless the person I love? These are the last words I will ever say to you. In this, never forget that you are loved. Moments are words of triumph and optimism. Never forget that you are loved, that my assurances are unwavering for all of eternity, and that you, without a doubt, are empowered by my Spirit. Always keep in mind the abundant life that I have for you, and remind yourself of these realities on a regular basis. Let your heart rejoice in the fact that the awe-inspiring experience of being selected, forgiven, and treasured, and living in the triumph that the sacrifice that was made on the cross allowed you to raise your head and let your heart sing with joy. Thank you for being aware that your tale is not yet over and that the best is yet to come, my friend. I extend to you, child, an invitation to unite your faith with my words and to allow them to direct you in every detail. With regard to the manner in which you allow them to shape your ideas, feelings, and choices, allow them to fill your dreams and fuel your please pray and maintain your focus on me, and you will witness the manifestation of my glory in your life. I am always with you, and I do not abandon you. You are mine, and I am yours. I hold you near. I am yours. You may trust me, love me, and seek me after. I will be your strength in times of weakness, your hope in times of darkness, and your joy, so that you may watch as I shower you with gifts that are overflowing. Because I am the good, you will never have to travel alone, even in times of sadness and after you have won a war. The shepherd who guides you to the still waters and green pastures, I invite you to relax in my arms and breathe. To the depths of my tranquility, revel in my affection, which is unrivaled. Put an end to believing these words, accept them, and allow them to come to life on your morning stroll right now. Take the next step in your faith, my dearly cherished, for your life is going to become a powerful witness of I am your God, your Father, and your friend. Here is what I am capable of doing when a heart is completely dedicated to me. My name is the fountain of life, and I am your refuge and your supplier. Being the origin of all hope and the source of all knowledge, I will finish the excellent task that I have started, have begun in you. I adore you without end and without conditions. How I bless you on this day with if you have experienced the warmth of my words stirring in your heart and you believe, then you are eligible to receive my grace and favor that never ends. You are the recipient of these, and I encourage you to share this gift with others who are in need of experiencing my love. If you want to retain them, you may do